Welcome to the Forbidden Forest, sometimes a little creepy and scary, filled with strange sounds and gnarled trees and hanging moss. As the old saying goes, don't be too quick to judge a book by its cover. Now come along into the deepest part of the Forbidden Forest, where the oaks bend like tired giants and the moss hangs low, whispering. Three small wanderers found themselves far from home. Max, 4 years old and brave as daylight. Max has the kindest heart, loves nature, loves cars, and his family and his best friends, Iggy and Elliot. He also loves adventure. Meet little Iggy, 3 years old, heart of gold, has a smile bright as morning. He too loves cars, adventure, and his best friends, Max and baby Elliot. He is a natural explorer, with a smile wide enough to make the trees lean closer. Just when you thought it couldn't get any cuter, meet baby Elliot, round as a dumpling, bold as the moon, full of wonder, giggles, and the biggest powder blue eyes you have ever seen. He too has a heart of gold and loves animals, his family, and his best friends, Max and Iggy. He's very intelligent for a baby his age, and adds a great deal of laughter and fun to this little band of best friends. They followed no path, only the hush of the wind, until soft eyes began to glimmer in the underbrush. A gentle rustle, a deer steps out, with kind eyes and a helpful expression. Then a fox, an adorable yet wise little fox. Then a raccoon. What a wonderful little raccoon. He smiled at us. But not all things in the forest mean harm. The creatures of the wood had seen these little wanderers before, and today they chose to guide them. Through brambles and fog they walked, until at last there stood a house. It leaned slightly to the left, as though it had been listening for centuries. Its windows were crooked, its chimney sighed like an old cat, and its roof was dressed in ivy and thyme. The children hesitated. The tales had warned them about such places, but through the shutters spilled a soft golden light. And drifting through the cracks came the smell of sugar, cinnamon, and something almost like home. Now inside, meet the beloved little bohemian witch of the forest. She loves animals, baking, cooking, and berry hunting. She takes care of the forest creatures. She welcomed the children inside. Her skin was green as moss after rain, her hair a wild flame of red, frizzing and curling in every direction. And her eyes, large, gentle, and round, held a kindness older than the trees themselves. Her cottage was nothing like the stories. Glass bottles lined the shelves, glowing in shades of pink, blue, violet, and lavender, as well as neon greens, lots of colors and warmth. A happy home. She has many glass jars filled with candles, all aglow. A beautiful cobblestone fireplace, warm, inviting, and comfortable furniture, and a little black and white dog. A great cobblestone hearth blazed with life. Cakes cooled on the table, cookies waited in tins, and the whole house hummed with warmth and the soft rhythm of a kettle bubbling over the fire. When the children entered, they were wrapped not in fear, but in comfort. The witch smiled and reached for her mixing bowl, because in her kitchen, no one stayed frightened for long. She began to make Enchanted Forest Tea Cakes, the most beloved recipe in all the woods. First came the honey, golden as dawn, then flour, sifted soft as moss, sugar, bright as frost on spider silk, 2 eggs from golden hens, a splash of milk, a pat of butter, a pinch of lavender, and last of all a swirl of berry jam, glowing faintly like captured starlight. The batter shimmered as she stirred. For in her kitchen, even the ingredients knew how to listen. The forest creatures gathered at the window. The children leaned in close, eyes wide, hands sticky with sugar. And as the cakes baked, the scent of sweetness filled every corner of that crooked house. Outside, the wind howled. Inside, there was only light. When the oven door finally opened, the cakes glowed softly, tiny, perfect things, pink and gold and steaming. The witch smiled and whispered a spell the forest had taught her long ago. May sweetness chase the shadows away. And just like that, the shadows melted. The forest, which had always watched in silence, sighed a little softer. The fox curled by the fire, the deer rested near the door, and in that warm, glowing cottage, the witch and the three little wanderers shared tea cakes until the stars began to yawn. The witch tells the children lovingly, "Now, children, never wander away from your parents. You are always the safest you can be with your parents. Bring them next time, and it will be a real party. For though the forest may still be forbidden, there are always lights that welcome you home." Full recipe in the description, nibbles and narratives. Hope you enjoyed this little adventure. May sweetness chase your shadows away.